Welcome to another edition of Heart of Ohio Spotlight. We are here with our weekly Spotlight guest, two guests, as we have Coach Matt Coleman of the Tiffin Calvert Senecas baseball team and Blake Coleman, recent graduate from Tiffin Calvert. How we doing, gentlemen?
Good. Thanks for having us on, Nate.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
Blake?
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us on.
Absolutely. So I wanted a chance to get a chance to sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about the season, about your career at Calvert, Blake. Just get a chance to reminisce a little bit about everything, just the ride. I mean, you guys have been on one heck of a ride these last 4 years. Our first broadcast coverage season was baseball during your freshman season. And it was kind of a chance to get to know the whole team. But as we've been on this whole ride, you've been the consistent face every year. I mean, it's going to be weird next year lining up and setting everything up and not seeing Blake Coleman out there in some way, shape, or form. Talk about just the ride that you've been on here at Calvert the last 4 years. We'll go back to your freshman year. What was it like stepping into some of the roles that you had to step into as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely blessed for the opportunity that I was able to have during my time at Calvert. It was definitely different and new being in high school, being a freshman, playing with 18, 19-year-old kids, especially when your dad is the head baseball coach too. So there were some challenges that came with it, just kind of development and getting used to the speed and just everything that went on. The spring season starts early. So definitely some things that I needed to get used to, and it was different from junior high or anything in the past years, but I'm extremely blessed for the opportunity that I was able to experience my freshman year.
So, like, I just want to know, it seems like a lot of these freshmen that come up, they're ready for the moment. You got a lot of kids that kind of step in, and it doesn't seem like the moment really phases them. What is it about the development that you guys go through in junior high and even before that kind of gets you ready for these moments to just step in as a freshman? Because I've seen quite a few kids contribute this year.
Yeah, we take our Little Senecas programs very seriously, and I think that it starts at a very young age. And also, I think that so many of our guys have just played the game and watched the game for so long that some things just, they come natural. I joked about it with him to the newspaper, but I feel like I've been playing baseball since I came out of the womb. And he joked that I think I was a couple weeks old when I went to my first Indians game. So I've always watched the game, and I love the game. So I think that's one of the factors that has just helped me personally and the rest of the freshmen that come up to the varsity level. So I think just watching the game and just the love and the passion for the game and just playing the game for so long.
Now, Coach, I'll talk to you a little bit about just coaching your son. Like, I had a chance to coach my son in youth football for 3 years. It was a joy. It was something that I'll never forget. It's memories that are made that you just can't put a price tag on, you know. Talk about what this means to you as a coach, but also as a father.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride, you know, and I think back, you know, the joke that he was talking about, basically the 2006 when he was born, I was coaching at the time. It was the end of like the Michael Harvey, Zach Hawkins, you know, there was a bunch of good athletes during that time playing, and I actually had to leave the game to go to the hospital for his birth. It was the at that time the MAL championship game. So we head to the hospital. Ironically, the game goes into a rain delay, tied 2-2. So leave the hospital and come back 3 weeks later. I get to be holding Blake when Sean Dietz ends up scoring the winning run to win the MAL title that year in 2006. So that was kind of a cool memory. And then a couple weeks later, we get to play in the regional down at against Calida at Patrick Henry. And then, you know, I took a little hiatus, but that was a cool experience. Just thinking about things, you know, as we're talking here, that kind of popped into my head, and
that's cool.
And it's been a cool journey. And you think about Heart of Ohio, and that first broadcast, I think, was the Old Fort game.
Yep.
And that his freshman year, we lose because tie game we botched a suicide squeeze play that we got the guy in the rundown. I remember it vividly, and that was kind of the story of that beginning year. And then by the end of the year, we put it together, and that was hard to forget the Hillsdale game, and that didn't start out well for him, but we put him in a lot of difficult spots that freshman year. Inserted him into it, but I think overall he was ready for the challenge, and it was a fun career to watch. Glad I had the opportunity to have a front seat.
100%. I am glad I was there as well. No, I mean, you talk about this team and just, the journey that you've been through as a coach. Now, Blake, you're graduating, and you had a chance to play with Tucker this year. Tucker was a freshman, kind of handed the ball off to him in the state semifinal game. There's a little bit of a passing the torch moment, if you will, I guess, from a media perspective. That's kind of how I saw it, but you guys can see however you want. But I thought it was kind of symbolic to see you kind of handing the torch to your brother in that moment. Talk about just what it means to you as a coach, knowing that, you got another 3 more years to coach one of your sons.
Yeah, it'll be really fun, and obviously that was a cool moment. But obviously, it's not about the Colemans. I'll say, when we handed the ball off there, and then Blake has that hit the next inning.
Yep.
I'm thinking we're gonna get Logan in this game. There's a chance. If we tie that game, obviously luck. There's a lot of luck that goes into baseball. AJ puts that bunt down, the bat kind of double hits it on the suicide squeeze where he would have scored. Thought it was going to be 5-5, and Logan coming into the game, and who knows, maybe Tucker throws in the title game, but wasn't meant to be. But yeah, it's going to be a fun ride. I was looking at our pitching depth chart, as every coach does. You got to look ahead a little bit now and kind of get past the deep breath after the season, and we've got a pitching depth chart of about 20, which is crazy for a D7 team to have 20 guys that can throw the ball, and 10 of them that have varsity experience. So it'll be fun. Not just Tucker, but it is obviously fun to see him on the bump, and complete different philosophy. Blake spins it probably a little better than Tucker, and then Tucker has the velocity where he was up to 87 this year as a freshman. So it'll be fun to see if he continues to develop.
Yeah, I heard the rumors of 80s as a 8th grader last year, and I was like, I want to see it in person. It pops. It pops off the glove a little different in person for sure.
I think throwing the football, during the, not just being all about just doing the heavy balls and the training in the off season. I think throwing the football and being a multi-sport athlete. Not to say there aren't times where you're saying a couple prayers, stay healthy, but I think that helps just to change it up. And
it would have been nice if we could have got him to throw that football in 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah, he would have loved
Trust
that.
Me.
But
we knew in practice, when you watch him throw the ball around in practice, just before practice, we had kids play jackpot or whatever, and he's throwing the ball 50 yards. You're like, that kid's 5th grader?
I think every quarterback should have to play line though, and play center.
It toughened him up, that's for sure.
To have a respect for the position, and even just the respect for how to snap the ball and then block. So it was good experience for him, and see what happens. Yeah,
Blake, let's talk about your next step, man. So long career at Calvert. We talked about your freshman year. Now your senior year. I don't want to skip your sophomore and junior year because there were some memories made there too. But this senior year, you guys kind of wire to wire, #1 team in the state, D7. Talk about just the pressure that comes with that, knowing that you're the lone senior on the team. You got to kind of be that guiding voice for these guys. Obviously, there's other guys that step up and be leaders, but you're the lone senior on that team, so they're looking to you. You've been in those situations. What's that like as a senior?
Yeah, I think that there were a few moments this year that at times I put too much pressure on myself. Just being that only senior on the team, and having the year that I did the year before as a junior, there were moments that I felt like I really needed to step up and I didn't, and I began to put a lot of pressure on myself. But I think we just had a great team this year, that we had guys that helped pick me up. Vincenzo Lyons behind me, obviously the Moyer brothers, Logan Ritzler on the mound, and Tucker, and honestly the rest of the team too. Everybody had their part on the team, and I think that they did a great job. But yeah, there were some moments this year where I just felt like I didn't do my part, just because that's how much I want to help the team out, and I began to put too much pressure on myself. But
You're competitive.
yeah, I'm
hard
very
not to.
competitive. But I think that we just had a great group of guys around us to just pick each other up when we fell down. So
Absolutely. And I mean, 1 through 9, that was one of those teams where there was not an easy out. Nobody had an easy out in that entire lineup. I mean, even your 9-hole hitter was consistent in getting on, giving you an option at the top of the lineup. Logan was almost all the time on the base. If not, you had your 8-hole hitter on base somewhere. I mean, there was guys that, like I said, 1 through 9, that whole lineup was consistent. Now, I want to talk about your next step. What are you doing next? What are your next steps for the future?
So I'm going to the University of Findlay to go pitch over there and play baseball. And then I'm also studying special education to try to be an intervention specialist. So to just work with some of those kids that might need it more. And it's something that, especially in the past year, I've grown to love. I've grown to love with to work with kids that need some extra help, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds. So.
That's really awesome, man. It holds a special place in my heart. Both my brother-in-laws have some disabilities that they have to deal with every day, and anybody who works with people with mental disabilities, I mean, you really it takes a lot, and it takes a special kind of person to want to be in that role, especially coming straight out of high school. You've had an impact on a lot of people's lives. And obviously sports are one way, but this is another way that you can kind of transition from sports and just be more impactful for your community. I respect that. I really do. I think that's a great thing. And that's really cool.
Thank you.
So, but I'm very involved with the Celebrity All-Star Game. We always have been, always will be. It's just something that I'm passionate about, and I think that's something that everybody in the community should be. So
Absolutely.
But no, you're going to Findlay. That's cool. Nick Palm. Little reunion over there.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. What enticed you to want to go to Findlay? Staying home or just the program?
I knew I wanted to stay close. Had a couple looks from other schools too, obviously, but I think just being close enough to where I can come home whenever I want to, and just being out of the house as well is nice. Obviously, I love what Coach Palm's doing over there. This is going to be the first year of him having all of his recruits on the same team. So,
yep.
I like the names that he has over there, and I think that he's got a lot of competitors over there, and I know that he is a competitor. So, I love that about him, and just excited, especially with the education. They have a great education field over there, and good schools around them. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, and hopefully we can. I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of the intriguing games.
Yeah,
Carson Malott over there.
Yeah,
slinging it.
He's excited. So Blake, just had his surgery a few weeks ago, and gets cleared next week. So Carson has already got it on the docket.
Already got it planned out.
Beef him up.
Nice.
But they have. I think that's one of the cool things about Findlay is Coach Palm is pretty upfront that he does not, recruit out of the portal. So he's all high school kids, and he takes it upon himself to try to develop them. And he, admits if he thinks he can compete that way, and I think he's done a good job making the tournament again this year. I think it's exciting to see. There's 23 pitchers coming back, so he knows he's got his work cut out just to compete in practice, and he knows he's got to get bigger and be able to spin it and have the velocity next year. So I think it'll be pretty neat. It's pretty cool too. His cousin is over there, had a great year as a freshman softball player.
That's cool.
So that'll be cool. And I don't know if he's fooling anybody. He's got a girlfriend over there too, so playing volleyball. So. Yeah.
That's a nice campus over there too.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It really is.
It's very homey too. I've heard a lot of people, especially lately, call it Little Big Calvert over there. So, since there's so many Calvert kids over
West.
there.
I mean, you have
Calvert
Emma
West.
White, Emma White, Hannah Miller, CC doing her things, and
I love
Leah Smith competing at the national level.
There's so many familiar faces over there to the point where, you know enough people over there, but it's a big college campus, so you're gonna make new friends.
Oh yeah.
So,
But the familiarity feeling, being close to
Exactly.
home, that's definitely a selling point for sure.
Yeah.
Familiar faces definitely help sell it for sure.
And then maybe after he's done next year, you can come help coach and be around the guys or throw some bullpens. But
That's kind of how you talk Sam into doing it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you want to come
yeah.
over here and help out a little bit?
It has worked out well. Another Finley guy.
So, season's over. Let me get your final thoughts on everything. Obviously, not the way you wanted it to end. You had your visions of holding that trophy at the end, but you got the win over JFK. Big win there, comeback win. A lot of great memories to be had from this season. A lot of, obviously, not the way you wanted it to end, Blake, but give me your final thoughts on how this season ended.
Yeah, I think I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that this is the year that I've been dreaming of since I think he took back over the helm of Calvert baseball. Just thinking about the opportunity to have my dad as my coach and my brother as a freshman on the team, hopefully hoisting up the trophy. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that I didn't think about that. But yeah, I just think God has a plan for everything that we do,
Right.
and cards didn't fall our way, and there's a reason for why it didn't happen that way. But something's gonna come out of it, and we're excited to see what that is. So
yeah, I think sometimes lessons, you learn from things, and there is something down the line that's gonna come out of it. And it was fun to have Brian along and Brandon on the team. There's a lot of
That was
cool
another
parts to
element
it.
I wanted to talk about.
But with that being said, we try to preach not to be so results driven. Any other sport, maybe you can determine, who's going to win more often, but in baseball, that's just not the case. There's so many variables, and to have the 4 years he's had was pretty impressive. Looking back on this year, yes, we would have loved to have the chance to have that pitching depth to go against Minster. We felt like we took their top two pitchers out. We knocked their All-Ohio guy out, and turns out the next guy coming in threw 88, and we made him throw more than 50 pitches, so he couldn't pitch in the title game as either. But in baseball, we know best team doesn't always win, and then we knew that coming in. We felt like we competed in every game we set out with, and we're going to continue to bump up our schedule to let things play out. But it's not all about the results on the field, and that may seem like a cop-out answer because we didn't win it all, but it's going to keep us grinding, keep us hungry. But at the same time, I'm so proud of the way it was handled. There's been twice down there at the state tournament. I've watched him. He got to pitch all 3 years, but the last two times, especially the disappointment to see him handle himself, made me really proud. And yeah, it's been a fun ride. And
You've created a culture there that, it permeates through the entire team, and it kind of permeates outside of the team into Calvert itself. I feel like the culture that you've created is, it's not, the expectation doesn't come from the coaches, it comes from the players. The players have the expectations on themselves and on each other, and they hold each other accountable. And that's something that you don't see with a lot of teams, and it's something that is built through culture. You have to build that. And you've done a great job building it over the years to the point where now guys step in and they know what's expected of them. They know what the expectation level is as soon as they get to that program.
which I think goes back to the development when we're younger too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't take credit for that. It's all the way up in everything they're doing, and there are some titles that some people probably think are corny, or some have been pulled from different other programs, but the BAMO, the Breathe and Move On, the ERO, Brian Kite talks about that. Just event happens, response determines your outcome. Like those type of things aren't things that Matt Coleman came up with, but I think they're things in life that if you can respond when things don't go as planned, you'll be all right, and you'll be able to have that interview when heartbreak's there. And I just hope it's something he takes and the guys take, and anyone around sees. Yeah,
for
do
sure.
we want to win a state title? We want to win a state title, but things don't go your way. You can't just shut down and crawl into a hole. And sometimes you you just got to move past it and figure out what God's plan is for you, and be ready to go. You know, the next opportunity you have, and I'm excited for those opportunities our players have, and that Blake has.
That makes me think of something that he always shared with us was, especially when we got deep in the tournament run, that this isn't the most important thing that we're going to do in our lives, but it's the most important thing that we're going to do to get together. So
that's awesome.
And that's something that was even Buzz Kirkhart said that in '80, and I remember Lloyd Rombach talking about it. And yes, it seems really important right now because it's special. It's the group of guys that you're around. But you know, you're gonna go to Finley or you're gonna go to Cleveland or wherever out of state. You know, I think about some of these kids committing to other programs, and just when you're there, be in the moment, work for it.
That's right.
Trust the process. You hear that a lot. We try to be more about execution and process oriented other than results. The results will come if the process and the work ethic is there. And we gotta get back and fine tune that. But yeah, it's exciting to see. And it's kind of fun to sit back. I mean, I'm not gonna say much like Blake. You're sitting back like, what could I have done different? Things of that nature. But no excuses. This season didn't go quite as planned. That's one of the parts I'm really proud of him too. When he had the injury after start number 3, he knew he had some goals in mind with chasing numbers, chasing strikeouts, chasing wins, and he had to set himself back. I think there was a couple weeks there where he was pressing, where he's like feeling sorry for himself that, oh, I can't pitch, and Tucker's getting my innings, and Logan's getting my whoever. And I think when he stopped feeling sorry for himself and just put himself back into, I need to be a leader, I need to get on base, I need to score runs, we were better as a team. And it makes me think back to that freshman year when he didn't want to hit, but we needed him to hit, and then he goes on the next 3 years to hit pretty much a 360 average for his career. Was pretty neat to see him. He thought he wanted to be the man on the mound, where he needed to help out in other areas. So, yeah, excited to look forward and see what he can do.
Yeah, as are we. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be an exciting future, but what I do have a couple more questions about. Just, I want to talk about what it's like to coach with your brother, and obviously Blake. We'll talk about playing with Brandon as well, your cousin, but. What is it? I mean, Brian came on with you when about
this
3 years ago.
Third year, yeah.
So what is it? I mean, talk about the dynamic there.
Yeah, I think we do things. We love a lot of the same things, but we do things a lot differently.
Oh yeah. There's a dichotomy there. It's a different thing. I mean,
I felt like it's a good balance. He's got his little quirks, and I'm sure I'd have my quirks in different areas, but this year was a little bit different. I felt like I was taking on too much in game, so I call the pitches. It was nice to have him be out of third base. I could kind of manage the bench. We had a little more depth this year, so I thought that was important. I felt like controlling our body language, when things were good and bad. That was another reason I kind of wanted to be in the bench and talking through strategy with Sam and Coach Ritzler and Coach Biddle. There's a lot happening in there, so I felt fully. He obviously, my brother is coached Bettsville, coached Arcadia, coached at Tiffin University baseball and softball, so he can handle it. So, and all our coaches, they kind of stepped into their roles and do a great job. But it was cool to see. I was always Brian's bat boy growing up. He's 7 years older than me, so I was always the little guy that just followed along and tried to soak it in. So I think it was cool to see Tucker and Branian the last few years kind of watching Blake and then finally getting to find their roles. Branian kind of being the main pinch runner coming off the bench, couple games coming in defensively, and then Tucker on the mound. It was cool. I think on a lot of teams they would probably get more reps, but we had some depth. You talk about our lineup 1 through 9, but there was another six guys fighting for at bats, and
I talked with a parent of another local team that said there's probably 5 or 6 kids that are on their bench right now that would start for any other team in our area.
Yeah.
And it's just it just speaks to the culture that you're creating. People want to be there. People want to be involved with what you guys got going on. I mean, you built this program. The success is one thing, but the culture, I think, is what really brings people in, because you could have the hardest coach in the world and he wins a bunch of games, but people don't want to play for him because he's hard to play for. You're one of those guys that I feel like, and your entire coaching staff is just, it feels like a professional, or at least a semi-pro kind of outfit, where you guys are so even keeled. There's really I won't say no emotion, because you do show emotion, but like everything's really balanced, and I don't know, it's really refreshing to see.
Well, baseball is a sport where you can't get too high or too low, or you're going to go up gripping the bat too tight and too frustrated, and you're going to strike out because you're swinging too hard and pulling your head. So, I mean, we just try to keep them calm, and I hope, they continue. I'm sure there's a few that would disagree, but I think overall we want to have huge numbers. I mean, in the early 2000s, we had got the program up to like 30, 39 players, had a freshman team. I would love to have that back, because most of them aren't going to go on to play college ball. We've been fortunate to have some, with Caden and Mason and Nick, playing now, and Hunter and J-Mo played a little bit to do that, but probably not going to be able to take that next step. It's hard. So most of these guys, it's high school sports. You're trying to learn life lessons through them, and that's what we want them all to learn. I think sometimes we can come across tough as a staff because of the accountability, but for the most part, the kids want to be held accountable. They're in their best when they are held accountable. Mm-hmm. And if kids can get that through their head, or get past some of the, hey, coach is making me doing it this way. Well, no, we're having you do that way, because doing the little things right is going to help you in life, not necessarily help our team win games, but usually they do go hand in hand. So
yeah, I feel like it's kind of how it goes when you're not just trying to, obviously you're coaching the team, but you're trying to raise leaders. That's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to raise young men to be leaders. And I think that's one thing that really a great culture breeds, is leaders.
Yeah. So. And I think at Calvert, it goes beyond baseball right now. You look at the success in track and volleyball and football and basketball, like all the coaches are trying to get on the same page. So I think it, the sky's the limit. We just got to keep it. It is harder and harder to have multi-sport athletes. I'm watching Tucker now trying to balance the three, and it's tough. Blake did end up, going back to just two sports, but I think, being able to be a multi-sport athlete teaches a lot of life lessons.
Yes, so 100%.
And keeps the overuse injuries down too.
For sure.
So,
all right, guys. So, I mean, this is pretty much it for you, right? You got the summer off, little time off, coach. Nothing really going on, right?
Well, obviously, just working on a lot of schedules.
Yeah. Got to get the scheduling stuff put together.
We're good to go there. We just wrapped up, cleaned the field house, turned it over to football. Next 3 weeks, I get to enjoy watching Tucker, playing the district tournament and then the state tournament, hopefully, for Legion ball. And there's, Landon and Branyan and Charlie all play on that team, so that's kind of fun.
That's nice. That's cool.
Hard to be involved too much with the scrappers. Hopefully we have the follow-up appointment on Tuesday, and he'll we'll see.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, what's your plans for the next few weeks while you recover?
Oh, hopefully I just get big.
Yeah, just trying to get swole.
Lift, throw, work.
Nice.
Yep.
Eat.
Yep.
Need to eat.
You're gonna need to bulk.
Lots of numbers. We made sure he's on that meal plan. He had orientation last week, and
dining hall is gonna be nice.
Dining hall will be his best
dining
friend.
Hall is gonna be
if he wants to find the field, because it's cool to see all the look. We talked about Carson, Holman from Uppers over there,
mm-hmm.
Moore from Bellevue. Like it's pretty cool just to see what they're building at Finley too. And I think next year could be a special year.
I hope so too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll have our eyes on it over here. But I mean, good luck over there, Blake.
Thank you.
Good luck with your freshman year at Finley.
Thank you.
And Coach, thanks once again for joining us. Appreciate your time. It's a little different back here since the last time you were back.
Yeah, nice. I love the chairs. It's a good setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to do it. I want to thank our guests, Matt Coleman, coach of the Tiffin Calvert Senecas, and Blake Coleman, recent graduate from Tiffin Calvert and also recently committed to Findlay University. So once again, thanks for joining us here on Heart of Ohio Spotlight. Stick around, folks. We still got more show for you next. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. That was a great interview with Matt and Blake Coleman of the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Thanks a lot once again, guys, for taking time out of your busy schedules. Sit down with us. We're going to keep rolling here on Heart of Ohio Spotlight, and we've got the next segment coming up as we had a chance to compile all of our tournament highlights. I want to thank Jacob Ellis and Emma Meglin for their work putting this highlight reel together for you. Baseball and softball, all of our tournament coverage compiled into these highlights. Please enjoy, folks.
Beautiful.
This one hit into the air, and the shortstop ranges out and makes the play for the final out. Avoiding. This one hit.
Oh, man.
Left center, and this has gone over the fence and out. A home run for Addie Smith.
Wow.
And that was just about as far as you can hit that ball to get it out, Greg.
Yeah, you aren't kidding, Nate.
Almost straight away. This one hit into center field. Back, and gone. Another home run. Corinne Platts sends that one sailing into center field and nearly took out our center field camera. This one smacked back up the middle.
Wow.
Diving stop by Emma. Me too.
It's going to have me saying it now.
The 2-0 in there for a strike. Throw down is in time.
Wow.
Not only 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one hit to third under the glove of the third baseman. They're going to send the runner, and this one goes past the left fielder. So Parks will score, and Bloom in standing at second with a double. Here's the 0-1. Bunted beautifully right in front of the plate. Throw down to first is in time. They're going to send the runner from third, and he scores.
Wow.
Ayersman slides in front of the tag, and the Tigers take the lead once again. It's 3-2 Seneca East. This one hit into right field, and the right fielder misplayed it.
Oh, no.
It gets past him. Tigers throw to the plate is not in time. This one grounded to short. Senebal. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. Third time's a charm for Cohen Senebal as he gets out number 3, and the Chieftains come away with a win, 7-6 against the Tigers. They move on to the district round. Runner is off. The throw down is not in time. She swum around the tag.
Whew.
Nicely done. Berger at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one swung on. Hit to short. She goes to third for the lead runner. Safe at the base.
Dove in there for that one.
So she had to make the...
Says, hey, wake up.
This one bunted at the plate.
Oh, why would... Oh.
And it gets down. A run will score.
Wow. We're having here today.
This one hit into right field. Concepcion underneath of it makes the play for out number 3.
Chieftains and Tiffin Calvert High School.
This one popped up on the infield. First baseman ranges over and steals it from in front of the second baseman. I think the person in the dugout's got an eagle-eye view of that game changer, so I think they probably have it right. Oh. Whoa, what a play, a snag.
Goodness.
Snap. What a play by the pitcher.
Wow.
Gottfried took a missile and snagged it out of the air.
You gotta wonder here, Nate, was the pitching change the right move to make?
Swung on, hit back up the middle, through the infield.
Bouncing.
One run will score, and the throw to the plate, not in time. 2 runs will score. The Warriors trim it to a 1-run deficit.
Wow, man.
They got the bases loaded, forced a pitching change, and then just been pouring it on since. This one bunted in front of the plate.
Wow,
the,
got in!
the run will score.
Wow!
A squeeze play, scores a run, and the Warriors take the lead. It's 5-4 Mohawk.
This has been just a battle all the way through this, and then this last inning.
Hit back up the middle. That one's going to get down for a base hit.
Wow,
all the way to the fence.
From?
1 run, 2 runs, and 3 runs will score.
Wow.
The Warriors pile it on.
Wow.
8 runs here in the top of the 7th. They lead it 9-4.
Getting on board and showing them how excited you are for them. I know I've seen lots of posts on Facebook after it happened, so.
Caught.
Nice.
Alyssa Rishti with the snag at short.
She almost caught that with her.
She must have.
Oh, we're all
She must have offered at it at some point, and that is going to be safe at third base. As I think the throw did get there in time.
Started out like one of these teams that I'm talking about started off like 1-4 on the season and then ended up winning.
Yep, that would be these Ayersville Pilots. 1-4 start, and then they've won everything since.
That's what I thought, Nate.
The slide at the plate, she's in!
Oh, goodness.
Safe! And Concepcion in there safely. Overweight.
I always clean my plate.
This one, back to the pitcher. She looks the runner back at third, throws it to first for out number 2, and that is a huge out right there for Ava Elric, because I'll tell you what, Grant. She watches that one upstairs. Miller off on the pitch. And she is in there safely at second base.
There was a
The 0-1. Down low. 1-1. Throw over to third is not in time.
Wow.
Gracie Miller.
Wow.
Beats it out for the steal, and I tell you, they tried to keep her down. Galonia hits this one into left field. Left fielder, what a diving catch!
Wow.
Wow, what a play! Willman sends this one over the glove of the second baseman into right field for a base hit. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and the Tornadoes are now down by just 2. Willman takes off for third.
Yeah,
the throw, not in time, and Bradley Willman motors his way down to third base.
Wow. Ooh.
This one gets away.
Oh, he's taking off.
Another run will score, and the Tornadoes now take the lead. 9-8 Tiffin Columbian.
Just like that.
Lead off too, because if you get her out, who's picking her up?
There's a running start bunt down the first baseline, and she's going to tag her for out number 2. As really, there was just nowhere to go there for the runner. She had.
Roped into left field for a hit.
They're going to wave the runner around. Throw is off the mark, and the first run is on the board for the Warriors. They're going to keep the runner going, and they slide in safe. Wow. Emily and Mallory Brickner both in there safely.
Let's choke up here, put it in play. That's all you got to do.
That one misses. Throw it out to third. Gets away from the third baseman. Gottfried on her way to the plate. In safely. And the Warriors take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
But you know what I noticed today, though, Nate, is the lights.
There's a little pop-up.
So say the lights aren't on here in the stadium today. Oh!
Second baseman Emily Brickner ranges over to make the play. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout from Gottfried. And now they got the runner in a rundown. Throw down to second. Throw to first. This is what you call a pickle right here. And now the runner is out for out number 3.
Wow.
And the Warriors once again.
Believer here.
This one grounded to short. Shortstop throws over to first for out number 2. But that will move the runners over to second and third. But now the Pilots down to potentially. This one, bunt, popped up. Tills catches it. Throw to first. Double play.
Wow.
I told you, folks, he is a slick fielder off the mound. Slides in to make the catch. Hops up, fires it down to first for out number 2. Caught the runner sleeping. Drew Bailey, like I said, just been dominant on the mound. He's at the plate now. Jolly is off on the pitch. This one hit into left field. Arias gives it chase. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Jolly was off on the pitch, so he's going to score easily. Arias with the throw in, and it's now 3-0 Wapakoneta.
The quickness there of him taking off, like you said, off on the pitch.
Here's the payoff. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 9 for Isaiah Tills. He does his job there. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. Moyer sends that one for a ride. Deep to right. Back, and all the way to the wall. This one's going to get down for a base hit. As the right fielder just kind of lost track of it. Moyer sends this one flying deep to left. Back, and gone.
Wow.
Cameron Moyer says, hey, brother, I got you. Let me put this one over the wall.
He said, let me bring us both on home here.
Cameron Moyer with a 2-run bomb to left puts the Senecas up 4-0 here in the top of the first. And he got all of that one, baby.
Yeah, that's how you get it started right there, Nate.
This one grounded to short, shortstop to second. The relay is in time. Double play. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike. The throw down to second, not in time. Oh, no, he got him. What a play down at second base.
Wow.
Swung on and missed.
Man.
Big strikeout there by Hunter Haynes. Bottom of the order here, Quinn Hoying. Smokes this one right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's now 5-0 Russia. Nobody out. Moyer laces this one into center field for a base hit. Vincenzo Lyons on his horse all the way around third. He's going to score. And the Senecas are on the board. Still nobody out, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Bolchak comes set. Here's the 1-2. Moyer lines that one
right
straight
past
through the
him.
infield. Base hit. Another run will score for Tiffin Calvert. The throw to third. Off the mark. Back up. Off to home plate. And the Senecas have tied it. 3 apiece. Here in the top of the 6th.
Oh, my goodness, Nate.
Still nobody out.
Ooh, I just got goosebumps.
You'll have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up. Ritzler bunts it, and he's going to beat it out. That's going to be an easy infield bunt for Logan Ritzler. Coleman at second base. 2 down. Here's the 0-2. Shoemaker lines this one into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coleman around third, heading to the plate. He slides. He's safe. The Senecas take the lead, 4-3.
Oh, my goodness, Nate.
On an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs, A.J. Shoemaker lines it into right field and drives him home from second to put the Senecas on top, 4-3, here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2. This one swung on, hit to left. Lyons is going to give it chase, and he's going to dive and make the catch. What a catch by Vincenzo Lyons. Laying out for that one. Extended to catch that one. I mean, put his body on the line for that, folks. This one hit to short. Coleman up with it. Throw to first. Ball game!
There it is.
And the Senecas punch their ticket to the Final 4.
And get their sweet, sweet revenge, Nate.
They have slain the dragon, and they punch their ticket to Akron. Here's the 1-1. Grounded back up the middle. Second baseman up with it. Throw to first is not in time.
Wow.
Coleman beats the throw, and another run will score for the Senecas. It's now 3-0 Tiffin Calvert.
Oh,
That pitch gets away from Moyer. Throw to the plate is he got him.
Oh,
the play at the plate gets the runner on the mound in the bottom of the 5th. Coleman sends this one into left. This one's going to go back all the way.
Nice.
Close to the warning track. They're going to send the runner. Ritzler on his way to the plate, and it is a 1-run ball game.
Wow.
Up next, we've got Cooper Snyder with another student spotlight segment. This time he's sitting down with Hunter Haynes from the Mohawk Warriors and recent Ohio Wesleyan commit. Hey, Cooper, you can take it from here.
Hi, I'm Cooper Snyder. Welcome back to another edition of the Student Spotlight, where I will travel across the area and talk to different athletes about their experiences, successes, and the stories that they have to share with you.
Where today, I'm going to be interviewing a very highly coveted person, a lot of athletic awards, Mohawk Warriors' very own, Hunter Haynes. Surprise guest appearance by the dog. How are you doing today, Hunter?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great today. You ready to get this thing started?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, looking back into the past, elementary school and all that good stuff, what was the moment you'd say, I wanted to be an athlete?
Really, like, started, like, preschool and stuff. Like, my parents really got me into sports. Like, been, like, playing at the YMCA, like, all for T-ball and all that stuff. So,
T-ball
like,
days.
yeah. So, like, yeah, really, like, just right out of the get-go, like, my parents threw, like, a bunch of sports at me, and they're like, play whatever you want to play. And I'm like, well, I don't want to just stick to one. I want to play all of them. I want to be the best at all of them.
Yeah, that's the kind of mindset you need to
Yeah,
have.
it was just, like, I just wanted to be better than everyone else, like, in any sport I play, because I hate losing.
Did you have any role models growing up? Like, not just for sports, but in life in general?
Definitely, like, my dad was a big, like, part of my life, my mom, and then, like, my grandpa, who's been to every single game. He's always told me, like, life happens and stuff, like, gives me a bunch of good stories. So, yeah, Grandpa's really one I look up to.
I guess for basketball and baseball, is there anyone that you decided to try to craft your game after?
Basketball, well, when I had my role, like, I mean, my role this year was very similar to, like, Klay Thompson. Of just, like,
run around and shoot?
Catch and shoot,
shoot the ball.
and just put it in the basket, and then every once in a while take it to the rack. And then baseball, like, hitting, it was really just, like, for me, I didn't really, like, model it after anyone,
Yeah,
really.
it's difficult to do that for
because in the
baseball.
MLB, it's just, like, a bunch of home runs now. Like, I was really a big singles guy and, like, sometimes a double, but defensively, I really liked watching Francisco Lindor play, like, in the Indians days and stuff. So, like, how smooth he was, transfers and all that stuff, how he fielded balls was awesome.
Did you ever, like, in game or in practice, try to mimic the motions at all?
During these there was an all-star game in Sandusky recently I went to, and I was, like, just kind of screwing around a little bit, and I was, like, doing Stephen Kwan leg kick in the middle of the zone. So I was, like, kicking it in the middle of the zone, blocking the catcher. I got a few balls off of that, though, so I got to walk off of it.
With your time at Mohawk, you've seen countless number of successes individually and as a team. For golf, your junior and senior year, you had really become one of the best golfers in the N10, right? Earning second team honors, first team honors. What made you love the game of golf so much to keep on playing it? Because it could be a very stressful and frustrating sport sometimes.
Yeah, it's very mental. I mean, like, that's the hardest part of, like, the hardest sport, like, mentally. Yeah. It's golf. So, like, it's really, like, I just love the challenge of just, like, because, like, me, I had a rough, like, mental, like, when I was younger, I was, like, not very mentally strong enough. So it was a challenge that I wanted to take, and I'm like, I just wanted to stay clear-headed, and, like, it also, like, golf also helped me through baseball and basketball, because, like, in baseball, I'm not going to get on base every time. So, like, made me, like, just keep myself clear-headed about it. And in basketball, I'm not going to make every shot. So golf really made me, like, have that mental challenge and really helped me get better.
For basketball, obviously the Warriors had an incredible season, 21-3 record, earning multiple awards. You broke some records of yourself, did you not?
Yeah, single season and all-time at Mohawk, and then I think all-time N10, I believe.
For what, threes? Right?
Yeah, threes.
That's a big
threes.
accomplishment.
It's all threes.
Klay Thompson, inner Klay Thompson right there. So what, as a team, what did you guys do to be so successful within the season?
This really was, like, just our team chemistry. I mean, 12 seniors, like,
That's a
can't
lot.
really get
That's a lot.
Can't get much better than that. Like, the chemistry was just off the charts. We all knew, like, our roles and stuff, so we're all just like, hey, whoever's hot, you're getting the ball next. So, like, we just found the hot hand no matter what. Doesn't matter who's scoring, who's not scoring. I mean, we had, like, a bunch of guys off the bench just being energetic, and they understand that's all we need. So, like, it was awesome. Like, 12 seniors, every single one doing their own job, and really it was just amazing to be around all all the guys.
Yeah, you second team all league, second team all district, your junior and senior year. But I mean, your team, so many individual awards for all those guys. Just a phenomenal basketball team. Especially when I got to watch you guys in person when you came to Hopewell. That hurt a little bit. I thought we had a little bit of a chance. Moving over to baseball, which some would say was probably your best sport. I would say so. You were N10 Player of the Year as a senior, District Player of the Year, earning multiple first teams over the past couple of years. Was there ever a moment that you decided that you wanted to focus solely on baseball, or did it all just kind of come natural to you that your talent?
Yeah, so like my freshman year, like after basketball season, I realized like there's a few spots open for like varsity spots open, and Eric Hoover was the coach at the time there, and he's like, if you can hit, you're gonna play. We'll put you wherever you want. So I just like focused solely on hitting, and like able to hit freshman year, be a good part of that team, and then like able to progress over the years. Like it's been good. I mean, it's really hard to like. Baseball is a very time consuming sport. So like hitting, it's all technical, and then like fielding, like you got 3 separate parts: pitching, fielding, and hitting. So working on all those is like
you only get so many opportunities to do it in a game.
You get 2 or 3 opportunities a game sometimes if you're at the bottom of the order. So like you got to make them count. And then so later on, like after my sophomore year, sophomore year wasn't as I expected for me. Kind of like a wake up call, and I'm like, so like over the winter, like after basketball practice, sometimes I go to the cage and I hit some just to get a little bit better every single day. But like focusing on one sport wasn't really like my thing, because like again, 3 sports, I wanted to be like the best at all of them. But it's very time consuming trying to do all 3 at once. So like when you had that one season, like if it's in the winter, you really gotta focus on that basketball season.
The playoff run was also very incredible for the playoffs. I mean, it was basically mirrored your basketball record and your baseball record, very, very similar. How did you guys keep the momentum up as the baseball team, into the playoffs?
Well, us in baseball, like we tried to never lose focus. I mean, like we realized that if you play your best every single game, there's not a lot of teams that can beat you. So like when we played some tough teams, we know we had to bring our A game. So once we got like after school, we went to the old school to like hit, warm up and stuff. We're all just locked in, not really like screwing around much. Like when we don't screw around, we play really well. So yeah, it was like all just stay focused one day at a time.
So obviously you were very successful throughout your career. What do you have to say about all the people that impacted you?
I mean, like a bunch of my friends, family, like they all like push me to be the best I can. I mean, there's nothing really else like to go about it other than like they've been a huge part of my life and like just made me the person who I am today.
Do you have a favorite memory of any sports throughout elementary, junior high, even up to the varsity level?
Definitely like baseball this year. Like just it's not really like a memory. It's more like just like the season in general. Like I was more healthy this year pitching on the mound. So like when I was pitching, I actually felt good for once. So like I was like really felt like I could like dominate on the mound, and it was awesome because I also had my teammates backing me up on the field. So like we were all excited like that when we were healthy, like we were a really good baseball team.
Do you have any regrets looking back, or are you happy with the way your career and life up to this point has turned out?
Maybe a regret in like basketball, maybe like just expanding more on my game, like more in the paint and stuff. But really, I'm really happy with what I've done in the Mohawk sports programs and stuff. So,
looking back, as we're looking to the future in 20 to 30 years, what do you want the Mohawk area, the Sycamore area, to remember Hunter Haynes as?
Just a kid that works hard, kind to everybody, willing to do whatever it takes for their team over yourself, obviously. That's what makes good ball clubs. And
no lying team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just team first, always. I mean, sure, you can get mad at yourself a little bit, but, like, if you mess up, but if you win, that's the main goal. So, like, it doesn't matter how good or how bad you play. If you win, that's all you need.
That's the only goal. It doesn't need to look pretty. You just need to
Nope.
look at the scoreboard at the end of the day and be on top. Do you have anything to say to the community?
I mean, I'm excited to join the old community now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
The alumni.
I mean, I'm
Your old man.
yeah. If anybody like young people like I would love to help anybody. Like I mean, I'd love to like be a part of the community still and like just be like all like just help the programs up and keep continuing to make them better. So that's what I love to do, just make everything better.
Lastly, do you have like any specific thank yous that you would like to give out?
Or like my friends, close family. I mean, my grandpa obviously like been the best role model of my life, and yeah, that's really about it.
Well, I'm Cooper Snyder, Hunter Haynes, and that was this edition of Student Spotlight. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, that was a great interview, Cooper. Once again, you can be on Student Spotlight as well. Just send us an email. Folks, don't forget, we have another gaming tournament coming up here on Heart of Ohio Sports. This time, we're trying out college football. EA College Football 26 just dropped. I'm sure most of you guys already got your hands on it. You already been playing for, Greggy, how many hours you got in it?
1 million.
Or at least 100 probably already. No, I'm just playing. Seriously though, folks, get signed up. The QR code is on your screen right now. $20 entry fee. We're doing 16 teams. So once we get to 16, that's it. So get your entries in now. Once again, this is a great tournament. It's a fun time. You have Heart of Ohio Sports commentary. First round coverage here on Heart of Ohio Sports is starting in August. So we need to get signed up. The deadline is July 20th to get signed up. So make sure you get signed up, folks. $20 entry fee. That's it. Grand prize, $150. And you get a little bit of extra tossed in there as well. You got the Hoos swag. You got a little bit of T-Town DJ swag. Jason Sugar, big shout out as he's jumping on to sponsor with us once again for this tournament. Folks, this is always a great time. The last one was a blast. You don't want to miss this one. Don't miss out. Sign up for the EA College Football 26 tournament right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you get signed up before July 20th. That's going to do it for us here on Heart of Ohio Spotlight. Once again, if you want to get a hold of us, here's the QR code on the screen. Make sure you fill out all the information and put in everything you need. Folks, this is a great way to get the word out about any local athlete, coach, athletic director, anybody that you feel like they need the spotlight on them. That's what this show's all about. Heart of Ohio Spotlight, putting the spotlight on the people who bring you the sports in our community. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a great day, everybody.